Hi, I'm Steffany Strange. Want to hear something scary? Night terror. Sometimes our most terrifying fears follow us through the night, and sometimes those nightmares will be the very death of us and those we love. I nestled under the blanket, staring blankly at the glowing screen of my phone as I scrolled. It was 2 a.m. and sleep had evaded me yet again. My parents kept telling me to just close my eyes and slow my breathing. Unusual things can happen if you don't rest. But having just moved into a new house, I was having trouble falling asleep, and when I did, it wasn't pretty. 6 months had passed, and I was still waking up shaking and trembling. My pillow damp with tears, sheets drenched in sweat. It was because of him, a tall, skeletal man who stalked my nightmares. He had this crooked smile and eyes glowing with the promise of death. And just as I was about to finally doze off, I heard the slashing of a knife coming from my parents' bedroom. I'm probably dreaming, I tried to reassure myself, attempting not to fidget. Just stay sleeping, I told myself. But the sounds continued, again and again and again, and I couldn't take it anymore. I tried to sit up and I could move. Panic set in. In my typical night terrors, I'd be stuck, unable to move, and in full-on sleep paralysis. Only the fantastical setting letting me know I was dreaming. I had never experienced anything so realistic, so plausible. I didn't know if it was having a new level of a nightmare or if it was real. I was about to slide out of bed when I heard the creaks of the wooden flooring from the hallway. Oh my God, this is happening, I thought. I jumped back under the covers and laid still, pretending to be asleep. I could hear a knife scraping a deep scratch along the wall as it slowly drew closer. It took all my willpower to keep my breathing steady, and I could hear snippets of heavy panting and high-pitched giggles. Each horrific sound enveloped me in a cold sweat beneath the covers, listening, waiting. The scraping stopped outside the door, and after a minute or two of silence, I chanced a glimpse of the darkened room. Peeking out from the bedclothes, I could see the outline of a thin man standing just inside my room. A dagger in his left hand, dripping liquid onto the carpet. A scream crept up my throat, but I somehow managed to suppress it. The man approached the bed thinking I was asleep. I could barely see, but I heard the whoosh of a fast-moving dagger whip across the air, and despite my fear, instinct took over. I grabbed a pillow, holding it above my head, and the blade went straight through the middle. I cried as it pierced my palm. As he ripped the dagger out, we both screamed. It sounded as though my cry was coming from his mouth. White-hot pain surged and pulsed through the ragged hole in my hand. I clutched my bloody wrist as he stood there, grinning. His eyes glowed like a cat's in the darkness. It wasn't until he lifted the dagger above his head once more that I jumped out and barely missed it. I reached for the lamp by my bedside table and swung as hard as I could. Somehow, it connected with his head. He yelped in surprise and pain, and I scrambled out, slamming the door behind me. I could hear footsteps behind me as I ran downstairs and into the kitchen. In the cast of moonlight, I caught sight of the man. It was him, the skeletal monster from my nightmares. Was this a nightmare? Would I wake up, or did I somehow will him into existence? His features twist with fury and madness. Lips stretched in a terrifying grin. I fell back onto the granite chest, heaving. The inhumane noises filled my ears, drilling into my skull. I rammed my hands against my head, trying to keep the sounds out, and then I snapped out of it. Opened my eyes, and he was gone. I couldn't bear the thought of seeing the carnage left in my parents' room, so I ran out of the house. The cool night wind met my wet cheeks, and I stood bleeding into the street, crying for help, crying to wake up, praying this was just a terrible dream. But it wasn't. My parents are dead, and I'm still in the hospital. Not from my wounded hand, which healed months ago, but because they say it was me, that I'm the one who killed them in my sleep. I look at myself in the mirror, and I know I couldn't have done it. I know that it was him, and I know that he will never leave me, and that he'll be back. Somehow, having fun always seemed to get pushed to the bottom of my to-do list. And at the end of the day, my work would be done, but there was no time to do anything else. So I made a promise to myself to change that, and I decided to add a little fun to my days before I get started. Now, I start my day by playing Best Fiends, the puzzle adventure. I love playing Best Fiends when I'm at the grocery store, and I'm currently at level 20. Best Fiends is a free-to-download mobile puzzle game with thousands of exciting levels for new adventures and challenges every time you play. There are dozens of unique fiends to collect, so you can customize your team of fiends to defeat menacing slugs. With offline play, you'll never get stranded without fun, even if you lose your internet connection. You earned your fun time, go to the App Store or Google Play to download Best Fiends for free. Plus, earn even more with $5 worth of in-game rewards when you reach level 5. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends. Apartments.com has helped millions of renters and can help you find your perfect place. And yep, I know perfect is a tall order, but if you're looking for an apartment or a condo, townhome, or a house, Apartments.com has all the right tools to help you find it. Use filters and saved searches to narrow down rental listings and find exactly the place for you. You can even set up alerts to get notified as places become available. So, fashionistas, get your closet space or an in-unit washer and dryer. Or if you're a sun lover, find as much natural light as you can handle. If you're working from home, you can even have an area for your home office. You can even have an extra bathroom, a balcony, central heating, and air conditioning, or a dishwasher in the kitchen. Whatever happens to be right for you. This is the place to find it. Apartments.com, the place to find a place. If you would like to submit a story, send me an email at SomethingScary@snarled.com. Like and share this video if it gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications. And if you dare, follow me on social media. Until next time, sweet dreams.